Enter the Gungeon from Dodge Roll Games. Hello again, I am Blunty, and I was actually sent a code for this game shortly before my recent trip to California for the NVIDIA GTC, which frustrated me no end because I had the smallest taste of this game before I had to go away and travel, and having now returned home and gone through some of the videos I filmed while away, I finally have some time to come back to it, and thank goodness, because it is spectacular. It, as you may be able to rapidly conclude for yourself, is a bullet hell shooter mixed with a dungeon crawler with randomly generated playmaps. Also with what I've been noticing some younger, more foolish people out there calling a roguelike. One of the most overused terms in gaming today. And they're calling it that because if you die, all progress is lost and every new game is starting from scratch. However, those of us with a broader experience of life and gaming will simply recognize this as an arcade shoot-'em-up, not a roguelike. With the added flavour of randomised dungeons, it's not a roguelike at all. Stop using that term, I'm so bored of hearing it. Anyway, the plot and story is utterly inconsequential really to the fun here. The Steam blurb mentions it follows a band of misfits seeking to shoot, loot and dodge roll and table flip their way to personal absolution by reaching the legendary Gungeon's ultimate treasure, the gun that can kill the past. And while that does sound kind of interesting and fun, who the hell cares? I just want to play the game. But indeed you do get a few different characters to choose from, each with their own start-out kit and different strengths which can lead you to different tactics. But basically you run around a dungeon, Gungeon, because everything is gun themed if you haven't picked up on that already. You kill a room full of enemies, some of which are bullets themselves, holding guns which fire other bullets, which is something if you think about too much it might lead you to some sort of massive existential crisis. But anyway, once you kill them all you unlock the doors leading out again into other parts of the dungeon, and you keep on going until you face off against our boss. Defeated enemies drop bullet shell pickups that serve as currency for the in-game shopkeepers who will sell you upgrades, health, guns and armour. It's all very wonderfully old school with a new school hat. And like I said, it is effing fantastic. The gameplay loop, as you've been seeing, is simple, compelling, and superbly engineered. Control is highly responsive and gameplay feels beautifully fluid. And every death is your own fault, not the game being cheap. And it can get quite difficult, as all bullet hell shooters should be, by the way. The main mechanic, aside from a twin-stick style of movement and aim, is the classic dodge roll, which makes you momentarily immune to incoming fire and some other environmental obstacles. This is a game about frantic positioning, clever use of the environment. For example, you can flip over tables to use as fragile momentary bullet shields, you can kick barrels along, some of which explode, all of that kind of classic stuff. And when you do die, every death is met not with frustration, but a sense of, I'm sure I can do better next time, let's go again. Like I said, the basic loop is simple and quite repetitive really, but the randomised dungeons keep it from getting boring, and backtracking throughout the dungeon is made much less tedious by the inclusion of teleport pads every few rooms. Exploration is rewarded with chests holding power-ups and more powerful weapons, my favourite so far being the t-shirt cannon, which the flavour text describes as machine gun wash only. And that's the other thing about this game, it is wonderfully self-aware and sardonically clever throughout. Every item and weapon comes with its own funny little flavour text, and there's gun-flavoured humour sprinkled throughout. Even the bosses are hilariously bizarre. If you're looking for a superbly put together arcadey bullet hell shooter, or are a fan of slightly faux retro dungeon crawlers, or indeed both, this game is an absolute must own, there's no question about it. It's on Steam right now for 15 Yankee Doodle dollars. The Steam version is compatible with PC, Mac and Linux, and there is also a PS4 version available if you prefer to play it on the console. And it's a game you'll keep coming back to endlessly for another quick bash or serious session. And the nice thing is, by its nature, it's perfect for both styles of play. Starting from scratch with every life means you can easily pick it up and play it at any moment to kill a bit of time, and the rewardingly fun challenge will have you wanting to sit down and really sink your teeth into it for an hour or more. Frankly, I wish this game was more complex, not because I think there's anything missing from the gameplay, I just want it to be more complex so I could talk about it for longer. But the whole point is, it's an uncontaminatedly simple and superbly executed slice of everything that is fantastic about this game style. I'm serious, go buy it now. This isn't a paid for promotion, I'm not on the take or anything like that, I'm just telling you the game is awesome, go buy it right now. Then come on back here and tell me all about how right I was about it. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.